Hey guys, just want to check in. I know I've been kind of MIA as of late. Obviously, part of it because of the lockdown, so I haven't seen many of you as I normally do. But also because of the family tragedy we had a week ago tonight. Um, Leia's dad's passing was very sudden and unexpected. He hadn't been ill or anything like that. Uh, so it kind of hit us extra hard, especially with him being a physician um, who you know checked in with us all the time and made sure that we were healthy and safe and taking care of ourselves. So for the coronavirus to take him so rapidly, it, it hit extra hard. Um, I do want to remind you guys, though, even though we've been dealing with something, and obviously my focus has been helping my wife get through this, you should know that if you do need my help or my assistance, that I'm still here for you. Being isolated doesn't shouldn't mean being disconnected. If you need me, if you need something, you need help, you need to talk or reach out to me or someone else. That's This is a time for people to look out for one another, even though we're not together. Um, More than kind of all the selfishness that I see that really bugs me. Um, we appreciate all the condolences and thank yous. I passed them on to her. She's doing a little better. For a number of days, she slept a lot and she was quiet, and that's completely out of the ordinary for her. She's a very high energy person, and believe it or not, she's actually a lot more outgoing than I am. Yes, really. And the woman trains like she's relentlessly, consistently, like she's getting ready for a title fight. And she haven't had me hold for her once this whole week. Nor has she walked by and randomly leg kicked me. So, understandably, she's not back to normal yet. Um, but she's a very strong individual, and she'll she'll get through it. Um, but we do appreciate the condolences. He will be sorely missed. He helped a lot of people in Tijuana, and he even he was known for treating those who even couldn't afford any type of payment. That's just the type of a person he was. And this whole the whole lockdown, I mean, it just sucks. I'm with you guys on that. It sucks. Uh, Pretty much all the activities Isaiah and I like to do together, we can't do. And social media, the IG and Facebook, just making it worse because all the memories that keep popping up are, the beach, the zoo, going to the movies, malls, camping at KOA, staycations in hotels, SeaWorld, Wild Animal Park, etc., etc. All the stuff that we can't do right now. And March and April are very, I mean, we do things year round, but we get a lot of stuff in March and April that we haven't been able to do. So as an autism family, it's really extra difficult because um, if you know anything about autism, um, he kind of has a routine that he likes to stay into, and he needs to get out every day. And myself personally, um, I don't do a lot of things for myself. Most of my existence is about helping other people. But what I like to do involves being out there, and you certainly can't have football or basketball if you have to have less than 10 people in one spot. And there's a few guys from different schools around the county um, that I promised that I would help get ready, help them get a head start for college. Some of them are changing positions, and I coached them in All Stars or something like that, and or their parents reach out to me to help, but, and we can't do it right now. Just not feasible. So I'm with you guys in that regard. Um, it would be great if we could get back to some sense of normalcy. Um, but there's some ways that I 100% disagree with you, some of you, and being at home because of this damn lockdown. The one thing I discovered is TV. I hardly watch TV except sports, um, or maybe some international news or business, some finance stuff, or I'm reading a book. Um, but I've been seeing some things and seeing some of these posts of people getting frustrated, and I have to say that some of you are big major hypocrites and selfish and irresponsible. So if what I say next applies to you, it applies to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If it offends you, oh well. Because if it applies to you, then I'm telling you, I think you're hypocritical, selfish, and or irresponsible. So I've seen a lot of people going, man, we got to just open things back up. I got to get back to work, and I got to train, and I got to do this, and I got to do that, and it's my body and my health. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do with my body and my health. The government can't tell me what to do with my body, like over and over and over again. Yet a lot of these people are the same people who say, "Oh no. A woman can't decide what procedures to have and not to have. Oh no. A woman can't terminate a pregnancy under any circumstances." But ain't nobody gonna tell you what you're gonna do with your body. And a lot of these same people are, well, you know what? I'm gonna go where I want to go. If I want to go to the beach, I'm gonna go to the beach. If I want to go to the park, I'm gonna go to the park. And now they police stopped me and asked me what business do I have being here and what am I doing, and I'm not supposed to be out here, and what's my state my purpose. These are the same people that, when for years, in large part, same people for years, many of us have said, you know what, man, sometimes I get stopped just walking down the street and jogging at the park or at the beach. My freedom of movement is our freedom of movement is kind of hindered. And then and only to have people say, well, you're maybe they think you live in a high crime neighborhood, and when you go to La Jolla or Coronado or Encinitas and Carlsbad, and you seem out of place, so they need to check on you to make sure you're not doing anything wrong, and keep the rest of us safe. So these jokers have had a few weeks of what some of us have experienced our entire lives, but now it's a problem. Not to mention that the logic they say is, oh, I'm in my neighborhood, which they perceive to be high crime, which isn't. So I should be accosted. And when I go somewhere else that they perceive to not be such high crime, then I'm out of place and I still should be approached. So basically, anytime I leave the house, somebody needs to be checking on me, restricting my freedom of movement that they're complaining about. Think about that. And then I'm not done. A lot of these people are going, Patriots, come join me. We're not following the rules. We're going to protest. Let's march on downtown. Let's march on the state capitol. Let's block the streets. Let's block these hospitals to show them we're not going to stand for it. It's America. We have rights. They are restricting our freedoms. So y'all don't want protests outlawed anymore? And you don't think protesters should that are block streets or block maybe hospitals or ambulances, you don't think people who block traffic should get run over? Because a lot of you same people who are out there marching and protesting restrictions that are put in place to help keep everyone safe are purposely blocking roadways, on video blocking the entire street, blocking hospital entrances, because you think your freedoms are restricted because you want to go here or you want to go there. But when people protest injustice, systematic injustice and oppression, and or unarmed people getting murdered, assassinated, all those, we're all thugs and deserve to get arrested and or run over. And then, now a lot of these people fall into one or more of the categories I mentioned. But something else I noticed, and I'm sure you noticed this too, and maybe somebody will explain this to me. On all these protests, every single one of them, a lot of the protesters are wearing MAGA hats, Trump Pence shirts, holding Trump Pence 2020 signs, waving their various flags. Don't tread on me and this, that, and the other. Seen a couple Confederate flags and a couple Nazi symbols, but I'm not even going to go there. We'll stick with, somebody explain this to me. The restrictions that are in place in all the states are in line with the restrictions that the coronavirus task force, led by Vice President Pence, and their 30-day first phase, second phase, third phase, blah, 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 they're the same as all the governors have done. So please explain to me why you are wearing Trump Pence stuff, protesting restrictions that are their restrictions. Just because somebody gets on TV and says, "Oh, I like what the protesters doing," like you're what? You're telling them to defy your own restrictions? What? That no one sees the irony in that. So let's get back on track though. Some of you are, in my opinion, are, like I said, hypocritical, selfish, and irresponsible. I want to get back out there too. We all do. But here's the problem. A very small percentage of the people have been tested. We don't know who has it. If everybody goes back out there and asymptomatic people are walking around, passing it to everybody else, it's only going to get worse. And then we're worse off than we started in the first place. Some of you jokers are acting like somebody who's like, you know what, I started taking my medication, um, but I didn't finish it because I started feeling better. And then some of you say, well, you know what, if you're scared or paranoid, then stay home. I'm not scared of no virus. Selfish. Not about being scared, people. Or you say, well, it only affects the elderly and people with underlying conditions. Bull. It affects those people more, and they're more susceptible, and they have bad effects more often. But younger and healthier people have died from the virus. And even if what you were saying is true, a lot of people who have underlying health conditions don't know they have underlying health conditions. A lot of times you find out when you fall out and you have to go to the ER, and oh shit, I got heart disease. Oh dang, you got this, you got that. But even beyond that, how many of you know someone with diabetes? How many of you know someone who has an inhaler? Exactly. You're around those people. So if you go out, you get the virus, you're going to be around this person, is going to be around that person. You know, think about your grandmother, think about your grandfather, your elderly parents. A lot of you haven't thought this through. Until we have widespread spread testing, it's just not feasible to go back out there. I'll give you one more thing else to think about. Then I'm just gonna cut this off. Isaiah and I are in a autism support group with over 100,000 families. And most of those families have one or more person in the family who have an underlying health condition. But they need to get out a little bit here and there. You know, they got cabin fever too. They need to go out for a walk or whatnot. Think about them. Think about the people who can't protect themselves when you super invincible. Oh, I don't care. If I get it, I'll beat it. Yeah, it ain't about you, man. It ain't about me. It's about everybody. So please, please stop being so selfish. We're all, I was going to say we're all in this together, but we're not. We all should be in this together. But some of you are just a-holes who only care about yourself. So if we get widespread testing, we know who has it, we know who doesn't have it. Go further. If we know who has immunity, who doesn't have immunity, how long does the immunity last? How strong is the immunity? Etc., etc., etc. But don't jump the gun, guys. And like I said, we should be in this together. So if I offended you, don't care at all, not even a little bit. I care about people who care about other people. I don't care about your selfish ass. But like I said, let's help everybody out. If you need help, reach out to me or reach out to someone. Stay safe. I'm out.